Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is about a hacker. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know I've had my fair share of experiences when it comes to hackers. Some of those experiences have been very mild and, moderate, not super serious, kind of just got over them real quickly, and there wasn't much of a problem. But this experience is definitely in that top, 5 experiences when it comes to hackers. Top 5 worst experiences, that is. So yeah, before I jump into this story time, just want to say I also make music besides YouTube. So if you haven't heard my music before, I'm going to put a link in the description to the 2 songs that I've released. I have a project coming very soon of a bunch of songs. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me on Butterfly and Waste My Life. Thank you guys so much once again. But yeah, if you haven't heard that, I'll leave them in the description. And yeah, let's jump into today's story time. So today's story time takes place a few weeks ago. Very recent story time, okay? And I haven't had a problem with a hacker in a long time. I usually steer clear of them. They usually don't mess with me because I don't start trouble with people. But I guess one of them was just bored and he wanted to mess with me. So this all starts off as a normal day. I wake up, I get out of bed, I take a shower, I get ready for my day, get dressed like usual. That's kind of how most of my story times start. And all of a sudden, my phone gets a text message from a random number. And it's just an empty box. It's an emoji that I didn't have because I haven't updated my phone. So it just showed up as an empty box in the text message. So I respond with a "who is this?" ? And they respond with "your worst nightmare." Now immediately I just start laughing because I have seen so many corny things and so many people try to be scary that this was just the total opposite. It was funny, "your worst nightmare." It sounded like some corny scary movie. So I respond with "LOL, for real, who is this?" And they respond with their name. And it wasn't a real name. It was their, alias or their online name. Now, I'm not going to say their name because they still go by it on the internet, and I don't want people to look them up and, talk shit to them and then have them come back with anger and, pursue me and try and hack me again. But yeah, he replies with his name, and I respond saying, "Okay, who are you? How'd you get my number?" And he replies and goes, "Don't worry about that, Austin." So I immediately block his number and go on with my day because the last thing I'm going to do is entertain that. I'm not going to keep replying to him and, egg him on and just basically make a bigger problem for myself. I didn't want that to happen. So yeah, I ignore it. And after I blocked his number, I thought that would be the end of it. I thought that he gave up and, he would just not pursue it further. I thought he was kind of like a poser hacker, like one of those wannabe hackers, or maybe even one of my friends messing with me. But boy, was I wrong, because a few moments later, after blocking the number, I sit down on my computer and I start working on a video, and I get a message on my personal Facebook account. But the most shocking part about this is who I got the message from. I get the message from my mom on Facebook, and the message just says, "Hey Austin, hacked your mom's account, LOL." How just insane is that? How savage can you be? Where instead of hacking the person that you're after, you hacked their parents. He hacked my mom's Facebook and then messaged me on my mom's own Facebook account and was like, "Hey, Austin, hacked your mom, LOL." Seriously, who does that? So I respond and I'm like, "Yo, give her account back. Why are you bringing her into this?" And he goes, "Just want to get your attention so you knew I wasn't bullshitting you." And I was like, "I didn't think you were bullshitting me." Now, that was a lie. I kind of did think he was a bullshitter, but this definitely proved that he wasn't. So I respond again. I'm like, "Look, what do you want from me? Just give my mom her account back. Don't bother my family. You can bother me all day, but don't go after my family members." And he was like, "Look, I don't want much. I just want you to add me on Steam so we can talk." And I'm like, "All right, fine." So he gives me his Steam. He gives my mom her Facebook back, and I add him on Steam, and I start messaging him. And I was like, "All right, man, I added you on Steam. What do you want?" And he's like, "I just want to play some games with you." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I just want to play some games with you, man. I just want a friend." So I just tell him the truth. I'm like, "Yo, getting friends 101, here's a lesson with me. Don't get their phone numbers online and text them creepy things, and then when they block you, proceed to hack one of their parents on Facebook. That's the worst way to get a friend ever. That's how you make somebody hate you and not want to be friends with you." And he responds and goes, "Do you hate me, Austin?" And I was like, "A little bit, man. You can't hack my mom." And he goes, "All right, my bad, man. I just want to make sure you knew that I wasn't messing around." And I'm like, "Whatever, dude." So me and him go on to play a game of CS together because that's what he wanted to do. And I didn't want to say no because I feel like if I said no to him and didn't play CS with him, he would start hacking my dad or start hacking my brothers or something on Facebook or some other social media. The last thing I wanted to do is say no to this dude now because I was afraid he'd start hacking my family members or I don't know, leaking my phone number or something. So anyway, I play a game of CS with him, and he was actually fairly chill. He was being pretty polite, and he wasn't causing a bunch of problems. And I thought that after this game of CS that it would be over with, and I wouldn't hear from him again. But boy, was I wrong. So after we finished playing CS, he continues to message me the entire day, and I respond to all of his messages because I was nervous if I didn't, that he would, try and hack my family again. So yeah, I respond to him that whole day, and then the next day I try and ignore him, and he starts threatening me again, so I have to respond to him that day as well. And yeah, I end up talking to him for like 3 days in a row. And finally, I just couldn't take it anymore. On the third day, I blocked him on Steam and I changed my phone number. And I immediately contacted all of my close family members and friends and told them to make sure their passwords are changed or just up to date. And that they didn't have any info leaked anywhere so that they couldn't get hacked, and to secure their accounts because there was somebody after me. And they were all like super confused by that and they had no idea what I was talking about. But some of them understood, so that's good. And I think most of them listened, because no one else got hacked. But I thought that'd be the end of him, right? I thought that after I made sure everyone was all safe, and that my number was changed, that he wouldn't be able to contact me anymore, or hack me. But that didn't stop him from trying, because all of my emails started getting a bunch of password resets, like my Instagram and my Twitter and stuff. Like, they all started getting password reset emails, which means he was trying to hack my Twitter and Instagram. Like, this guy was not going out without a fight. He was trying to hack as many social medias of mine as he could so that he could get my attention. But luckily he failed. He didn't get into any of my social medias, so that's good. But then my mom started getting reset password emails. I have access to her email because I was trying to keep her account safe, and he kept trying to reset her password and hack into her account. But luckily, like all the other ones, he failed. So after that happened, I didn't hear anything for a while. I didn't get any more emails. I didn't get any more creepy text messages. None of my friends or family got hacked. And I had like a solid 3 days of peace and quiet. Like, I didn't hear from this hacker anymore. My mom said her account was all good. None of my friends got hacked. Like, everything was looking up. And then, of course, the next morning comes along and I wake up and I shit you not, I have 60 different text messages. I counted them. 60 text messages from a bunch of random numbers being like, yo, is this Luna? Is this Luna? Hey, Luna, is it you? And I was like, shit. And that's when I knew. The hacker leaked my phone number everywhere that he could. So I immediately changed my phone number again, and this time I don't even know what to do, because changing my phone number clearly isn't enough. He somehow kept getting it, and he leaked it later that night as well. So I had to change it twice in one day. So later that night, after I changed it for the second time in one day, I get a text message an hour later from a random phone number once again, and it says, "I'm coming for you, Luna." And I knew that this was the hacker, so I respond, and I'm like, why do you keep messing with me? Like, what do you want? And he responds and goes, if you don't want me to leak your number anymore or mess with you anymore, just keep me added on Steam. I just want you added on Steam. And I was like, why? And he goes, because I like your videos. And I'm like, dude, if you like my videos, don't threaten me and like try and scare me. And he goes, okay, I won't. Just keep me added on Steam. So I have to add this dude back on Steam. I did, because I didn't want him to mess with me or my family or anything. So yeah, I unblocked him on Steam, I added him again, and it all instantly stopped. I changed my number again, and it didn't get leaked anymore. Like, I didn't get any more random text messages. Like, nothing happened, none of my family got hacked, nothing. So I was like, what the hell? Like, is that really all this dude wanted, was an ad on Steam? So after I added him on Steam, nothing else happened. Like, literally up until yesterday, nothing else happened. And yesterday morning, I wake up and I hop on my computer and I check my Steam friends list, and he deleted me. He's just gone. I'm so confused. Like, I'm still confused till this point. I have no idea why. He literally pressured me and like tried to blackmail me to add him on Steam, and it finally worked, and I add him, and then not long later, he deletes me off Steam. So I don't know. Maybe he's like tired of my videos and doesn't like them anymore. Maybe he needed friend list space. Maybe it was accidental. Maybe his account got deleted. I don't know. Either way, it's confusing as hell, and I had to make a story time about it. But yeah, I looked up his name on Twitter, and he still has a Twitter account for all of his, hacker needs. But yeah, I think he's gone. Hopefully after I make this story time, he doesn't come back. But if he does, I'll make a story time about that probably. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on the hacker saga. But I just wanted to make this story time about one of the most ridiculous hackers I've ever encountered. I mean, the dude hacked my mom. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace. Like, what's up? They leave me out for the dead, and now they know they're